Okay, so I'm going to saute these onions. Saute these till they're translucent. And I don't put much salt in them at all because there's salt in those boxes of dirty rice. I'll just put like a little bit of salt just to kind of bring the water out.
I'm gonna take my thing back over to.
Okay, and I had some black pepper. You need to hold that camera.
Oh, that's my starter.
Okay, get this, Cassie. All right, so I like to add a little bit of brown sugar to my onions. I usually do that with most anytime well, it depends on what I'm making, of course, but I like to, when I'm sauteing onions, I like to add a little bit of brown sugar. That's probably about a tablespoon.
No, I kind of feel like going and working out again. I went crazy this morning.
You just saying that because you want to be on, you want people to hear you?
No, I'm just saying. I don't care. I mean, that's...
Okay.
I was just telling you that.
Okay, over here. So, I'm not using this whole bag. I only want to use 1 pound. So I'm just going to get out about what I think is 1 pound. Is that funny, Isaac? I have a different camera person now. Because you don't need all this. Okay, that looks about right. That looks about like 1 pound right there. And I'll just save this for something else. Wash my hands. Water to this because, well, you have to put water in it anyway, but I like when I'm making something with ground beef and the ground beef needs to be broken up, I like to add water because it breaks it up real easy. Like when I make hot dog sauce or spaghetti sauce or taco meat, I like to do that to my ground beef. So now I'm going to go ahead and add this rice. That's the seasoning packet in there. And I'm just going to put that in there like that. I kind of like to, I don't know what you would call this. Just toss the rice around, toast it maybe, I don't know. But I just like to do that before I put the water in. So I'll get that mixed up. And this is quick too. And I've like added other stuff to it. Like one time I added, you can add like smoked sausage or shrimp, or of course I guess, well, that wouldn't be like jambalaya, but I actually thought about grilling some shrimp or
Why didn't you?
having it on the side. If I feel like it, I might. These are the seasoning. This is the seasoning. And that's where you get most of your salt. Oh, one thing that I do like to add to this, another seasoning that I do like to add is, let's see, paprika. I use a lot of paprika. A lot. And I'm bad about not measuring stuff. I usually just use my hands. They're clean. That's about probably maybe 2 tablespoons. So, see that rice? It kind of browns the rice. I don't know. I think it really makes it, like, bring out some flavor. Makes it kind of nutty. I mean,
That don't look like much rice.
Can you smell that?
That don't look like much
It
rice.
smells good. Well, I mean, it will be. I couldn't remember if I normally use 2 boxes or 3 boxes, but
It's definitely not 2.
I only had
My
2.
gosh, man.
I think you like hearing it.
No, I'm being so serious.
Well, I only had 2 boxes. So, and that's what it's looking like. Yeah. And see, I still have to add water. But this just really makes it more flavorful when you do this. Because you know how they talk about the bits in the pan? You're getting some of that when you do it like this. If you don't add the water in right away. So, and this box calls for 2.5 cups of water. So that would be 5 cups, but I never add all the water that they call for. I'm going to put... Well, Cassie, it just loaded. You can't expect to have viewers and subscribers right away. And there's 1... 2... 3...
Why don't you put some eggs in there?
No. And a half. I did like 3.5 cups. So, here I am. Oh, maybe. Okay. So that's in there. And now that I have the water in there, I'm going to bring it to a boil and then I'll just cover it. This pan is huge, so I don't have a lid that fits on it. So what I do is I just cover it with a big old piece of aluminum foil. So that's what I'm going to do. And about the peppers, I don't put my peppers in this rice until the rice is done. Because if you put them in there too soon, then they'll just shrivel up. And all you'll have left is like the skin of the pepper. And it's real stringy. And what am I filming right now? Is this on my face?
Yes.
Okay. And it's real stringy and you just won't have any pepper.
Why don't you just use the front pan like
Okay, well, I'll get that figured out. Alright, so that's boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and get my aluminum foil and put it over top of that. And then I'll just cover it. This pan is huge, so I don't have a lid that fits on it. So what I do is I just cover it with a big old piece of aluminum foil. So that's what I'm going to do. And about the peppers, I don't put my peppers in this rice until the rice is done. Because if you put them in there too soon, then they'll just shrivel up. And all you'll have left is like the skin of the pepper. And it's real stringy. And what am I filming right now? Is this on my face?
Yes.
Okay. And it's real stringy and you just won't have any pepper.
Why don't you just use the front pan like
Okay, well, I'll get that figured out. Alright, so that's boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and get my aluminum foil and put it over top of that. Let me turn this around. Okay, so I was chopping up my peppers and my knife is a little dull. So this is a little trick that I learned somewhere. I'm not sure where I saw it, but if you want to sharpen your knife,
Does this have artificial?
you can do it on the back of a coffee cup, like that. And it actually works pretty good. Whoops.
3 people see my video. I have 0 likes.
That's why You need to put like, comment, and subscribe on there. This is why I run out of groceries, because this one here, he's been eating ever since he walked in the door. I'm not even kidding. He has been eating the entire time. I have 3 boys and 1 girl. And yeah, it's hard to keep groceries in the house. They tell me there's never anything here to eat, and all I do, all I do is go to the grocery store. Well, I mean at work. But yeah, I'm in the grocery store all the time. I got that old ugly door in the background. Yeah. Oh well. See what it looks like. No. No, it's nowhere near done. Well, I mean, actually the rice is somewhat done, but I can leave it uncovered now and let some of that juice cook off of there. And so what I'm going to do now is add the beans. I'm still going to wait. Those are my peppers that are chopped up. See how pretty? All the different colors. I just think that's so pretty. Red and yellow and green. Oh, I got orange in there. Well, yeah, I got orange in there too. So, sorry about that loud noise. So I'm just gonna leave my, well, that's noisy. Leave my foil off, and I'm gonna open up my beans now and drain them. What I do is I put them in a colander, I rinse them off, and I'll show you. Rinse them off and drain them and then put them in here. So that's what I'm going to get ready to do. Anyway, I forgot about these green chilies. Actually, because I don't normally, anyway, I forgot about them. But what I would have done, I would have put these, like after I sauteed my onions and got my onions the way I wanted them, I would have added these and sauteed them. However, I forgot, but I'm still going to put them in there because it'll still give it that flavor. But anyhow, I usually like to saute these. So I'm going to go ahead and add them in, open them and add them in there. And then I won't drain them. I'll just let the juice kind of cook off of them like this other juice that's in the pan. So. Okay. Make sure they're good and drained off. Okay. I'm going to, there's my green chilies. I'm going to add my beans. Gosh, this is kind of hard to do when you're trying to film and cook at the same time. I mean, I have done them before, but not for this long of a duration. Okay, so mixing that up. So I'm going to actually turn that back up a little bit since I do have some liquid in there. You know, you just want to make sure you have a little bit of liquid in there, because if you don't, it'll stick to the, oh my goodness, it'll stick to the pan. So, just let that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put my peppers in to my mixture here. So pretty. And then just mix that up. And this is actually pretty healthy meal. Fairly healthy. I mean, you got beans, you got peppers. I mean, lots of protein. Doesn't necessarily have that much fat in it. Just a little bit of olive oil and butter. So, I just wish I had those black beans. But I ain't gonna say that anymore. I don't have them, so. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let it cook just a little bit more. But, that's pretty much it. I make a Spanish rice. Let me turn this around. Yeah. I make a Spanish rice, yellow rice, and I really like it. So I'll have to make that sometime. I like to pair it with, like I've used it with pinto beans, brown beans, and cornbread. And then I also like to make it when I do my chicken enchiladas. It's real good with that also. So this is pretty much the rice. That's about it. See, and look, you still have quite a bit of liquid there. I mean, and I didn't even add all the water. And that's why I don't add all the water. I only added 3.5 cups of water, and it actually called for 5 cups. So, really, you don't need all that water, as you can see. Especially when you're putting peppers in it, and because peppers, of course, have water in them, and you just don't want it real watery. Matter of fact, I'll probably cook this probably about 15, 20 more minutes over the heat there, just to get more of that juice off of there, because you don't want it too juicy. And see, my peppers are still nice and full. They still have all their meat on them. It's not just... That is my dirty rice. So let's take another look. Turn. There we go. Dirty rice right there. Didn't have to add too much to it. Pretty easy, simple meal, filling. And yeah, and this is good with cornbread also. So, but I have to do another video for that, for my cornbread. I like to make buttermilk cornbread. So, yeah, that's another video. But anyhow, that's it.